All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Clem. You might be like, oh, too much Clem, too much Clem, too much Clem. But you know what is never too much Clem? When he's playing Serral or when he's playing Hero. Let's be real. I think sometimes you get a little bored of Clem versus Max or Clem dominating people. But when it's Clem versus Hero or Clem versus Serral, it's always a barn burner. Because this man in the top right Hero is going to make it messy, make it scrappy. Now, it's only a best of 3, but guess what? It's the Monday Night Weekly. I think it's number 12, this one. So what's exciting, you guys know the format. This is the upper bracket finals. It's a best of 3. But if we end up with the person who loses this match winning the lower bracket best of 1, they will basically rematch again. And then the loser will have to, of course, win 2 best of 3s, whereas the winner will only have to win a single one to win the entire tournament. So we could very well, we've ended up almost every single time in this tournament with 3 best of 3s, right? And it becomes kind of like an honorary best of 9 or best of 11 even, right? Because it's first to 6 wins. So that might happen again today. I hope it does, because the more games between Hero and Clem, the better. Now, this build has not worked for a long time. The proxy gateway build. He's doing it very far away as well, so it's going to be a slow rally path. Especially because Clem opens double gas. If he also goes command center on the high ground, he'll be good. Thing is, Clem often builds his command center on the low ground with these builds. He's not quite as overly safe as like a Beyond or a Kua sometimes, and some of these other Terran players. So we'll see how it goes. Hero coming in. Now you build a Zealot from home, and then of course you Chrono and Adept shaded across, and you build a Stalker or 2 from here. Chrono those in, try to deny the command center, try to kill some SCVs. Ideally, you not just cancel the command center, you also kill a bunch of SCVs and Marines, and then you take your own expansion behind it. Now, I do wonder, Hero is going to go to 21 probes. Okay. 21 probes. I think he completely cuts after that last probe. You can see Chrono Adept. No! Okay, yeah, he started the units wrong. There we go. He fixes it. Cancels the Stalker, builds the Adept here, builds the Stalker on the other side of the map. And that Zealot, can it dodge the Reaper is the question. Normally the Reaper scouts for proxies, but not this game. And Hero, I actually like him going through the middle of the map, because if the Reaper checks for proxies, going through the middle is actually the mind game. I was talking to Clem about this the other week. You know, I was saying, well, isn't it actually better to go through the middle? Because I feel like you and Beyond so often check for proxies. And he was like, oh yeah, it kind of is. So it looks like he's gone back to sending the Reaper straight across the map sometimes to actually intercept the Zealot. If he can get that kill before the Adept gets there, that's really big. Oh, the Zealot, so low, but once it's out of combat for like 7 seconds, it's going to regenerate its 50 shields. And you can see now, regen starts very quickly. Stalkers arrived at the same time. Command Center did build on the high ground, though, which is really good for Clement. Look at that micro. Already hot swapping a low hit point SCV off, but the Stalker focuses down one of the SCVs. Reaper starts to take a little bit of damage. You can see a nice little grenade there. The Adept comes forward as well. That Adept should just cancel the Shade and hold position. He does cancel the Shade. The SCV is trying to come down the ramp. Wild choice there. And Clem just gets overwhelmed and taps out. What? Well, 3-minute game 1. I wasn't expecting this. Did he miss anything, guys? So it was Reaper. I just want to check the basics here. So this is the first thing you do when you die to a cheese as a Terran player. This is like good advice for you guys. Basically, did this pop at 1 minute 58, which is when it's meant to pop? Yeah, it popped on 1 minute 58. It's perfectly timed Reaper. Instantly went Reactor afterwards as well. Does he instantly build Marines when that reactor finishes is the other question. And I mean, building a Widowmine's kind of bad. I think Hellion would have been much better here because it gives consistent damage. He goes Starport before building Hellion or Widowmine as well. So he delays his Widowmine production. And yeah, even with instantly building 2 Marines, which he does, this is just a tough matchup because he thought he was being safe by going high ground commands and a double gas. I mean, this isn't vulnerable to anything, right? But hey, turns out, yeah, it is. You just got no damage here, man. And you could argue he gives up a little easily, but I don't know if he meant to lower that depot or not. I feel like lowering the depot is kind of a mistake there. He did not pull enough SCVs to surround it. Marine and Reaper go down, and that's going to be that. GG, well played game 1 for Hero. All right, a brutal start to the series there for Clem. Gets caught out by the proxy gate. We don't see that build very often anymore, and Clem's guard was down. He's going to counter here with a proxy barracks. Well, Hero is going to wall off the ledge up here in the bottom left side of the map. A nice start to the series, fam. And I do think it's healthy that proxies like this work in this matchup, because for a while we saw guys like Clem just become immune to proxy aggression. And even proxy Oracle for Hero for such a while there was just never, like, he'd kill 10 SCVs and then just lose the game. And we're like, damn it, man. Like, can we just have top Protoss players pull off some good aggressive openings for once? Like, it just felt a bit stale. But actually, whoa, we doubled more. Are we Marauder proxying? Oh, because Hero's up a game. So he's like, I know Hero's going to not scout because Hero's such a greedy guy because he's up a game. But he does scout. Hero goes for a gate scout, a really normie opening. And that means he can just stay on one base, easily defend with force fields, go Stargate, or actually, you know what Hero likes to do? Proxy Robo against this, right? He likes to go proxy Robo 4-gate. Or he could even just build the Robo at home and then just proxy a gateway on the other side. So he's going to see nothing there. When he sees the lack of a second gas, that's what he should be checking for. He's not looking for it. Hero is the first thing you got to check. Okay, now he sees it. Sees that gas is way too late. He should know it's Marauders. He doesn't start the Nexus. He goes for the Cyber Core. He's got a Zealot building. Where's that second pylon? Second pylon goes down at the ramp. Try and get some healing up over there as well. Probe's going to harass on the other side. Now, he actually cancels the second barracks, does CLEM, because he's being scouted. He realizes this is such a bad build if it's being scouted. There is no way Hero's dumb enough to lose it, so he cancels the second barracks. And he's going to try and play more of a factory, a command center, but the factory is going to be really late because of the delayed second gas. So it's a very suboptimal build for CLEM. He's already canceled a couple of tech labs, which is why he's down 37 resources. This SCV getting tagged by that probe as well. That probe says, come back here, boy. I want to tase you. The SCV says, yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Now, guys, if you're a normal player, you don't need to do this. Just repair the SCV and send it back to mining. It's not that hard. But CLEM has unlimited APM, so he prefers to just do this. He doesn't want to interrupt the mining of a second SCV. Oh, man. Game theory on scouting suggests that you should always mix scouting in. Game theory is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. All right, Nexus goes up there. Command center as well. I think definitely being predictable is not particularly great in a strategy game. It is abusable. Sentry does come out as well. Hero is very good at randomizing his builds. Twilight Council. So he does delay his Nexus quite a bit, but he seems to have realized what's happening now. That Cyclone's pretty late. Ooh, we focus the depot? No, he doesn't know how long ago that Cyclone started, so he doesn't want to risk losing the Stalkers. Fair call. Not worth using a force field on that, of course. Sentry gets a little bit of damage. It's just going to be a delayed blink opening up against a delayed expand. But CLEM, of course, does not have a reactor. He desperately needs to start building that with the barracks. And look at that. Stalker and Sentry actually get the Reaper. Damn, I wasn't expecting that. Are we going to start the GTO versus Explo debate for SC2? It's 100% Explo, though, so it's good. Wait, which one's Explo and which one's GTO? I watched, I didn't know anything about game theory. I watched, I think it was the Veritasium video like the other week about it. And that was my introduction to it. Because I'd always heard people talk about game theory. I had no idea what it was. And I was like, oh, that's what it is. Very fun little series of experiments there. A couple of extra barracks come up as well. Explo is exploitative play. GTO equals game theory optimal. These are poker terms. Okay. Explo takes into account player-specific behavior. That's the more fun way to play. Hero plays Explo. Clem plays GTO. Game theory optimal. Yeah. He's like, if I just click correctly, I will win. No, Clem's not a robot. I joke, but Clem is so good that he definitely does try to play a bit more optimal, and Hero's definitely just trying to take advantage of habits. Marines are coming out here. Stim's going to be starting up soon. We can swap this barracks on the factory tech lab as well. Cyclone does help limit the sentry hanging around. Maybe 4-gate blink into a third base. Most players would be probing non-stop and building a third base right now, realizing that their opponent doesn't have stim or anything like that. Hero is like, hitting a late 4-gate blink? Yes, please. Building a shield battery on my natural? I think because he's expecting a Raven to come in the left side. So he thinks there's a Raven that's going to come in. The Raven stayed at home this time, which isn't the most useful defensive unit. It could be used to catch the Observer is the main thing, which is coming forward. Third gas goes down, does go back to probing, does Hero, but he kind of needs to do some damage. I think he had a free pass to macro up because I think he had the better macro opening. And, you know, if you think of like a Showtime player, my instincts are more in the Showtime realm. I would be like 100% probing up to 3 base and going Robo Bay and trying to tech really hard against a guy who I've seen is very late on stim because I know he doesn't have any scary early push. Hero is hungry for damage. And he could just blink on that tank and one-shot it. I think it's worth. Oh, he spreads there a little bit. Does blink forward, takes out the tank. Auto turrets go down to try and secure the position. Cyclone comes forward, but the quick pickups there with the War Prism. Oh, the Raven goes down as well. Even saves the sentry. Wow. Dude, does he just kill him? He just YOLOs the front, no bunker. And Hero's like, lol, you weren't ready for my delayed 4-gate blink? A lot of players wouldn't have faith in a 4-gate blink after these messy starts. Hero is not every other player. Hero wins a best of 3 against Clem in 9 minutes, record time. All right, guys. We're into another best of 3. It's now the grand finals. Hero dominated the first one, but Clem did end up beating Beyond in a best of 1 PVT in the losers bracket, and he's back for revenge. And I think he's gonna play safe. I think we're gonna see him with his guard up, looking to be nice and defensive. I think we're gonna be seeing potentially Turtle Clem come out. Who knows? Maybe it'll be wildly aggressive Clem, but you know, he tried to get one back over Hero in that last series. The Proxy Rex didn't work out. And the question is, do you throw caution to the wind even more as Clem, or do you kind of pull into your shell here and try to force like a slower late game? Because I feel like when Hero's got these like early game winning aggressive vibes, sometimes you do need to just slow the game down a little, give Hero room to do Hero things, you know, F2 his whole army across the map and let it drop do massive damage, take a crazy attack into a field of Widow Mines. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you can just give Hero a free pass because he's bad later in the game, but sometimes, like, he gets a bit too excited and he does throw armies away, right? This is a no scout opening. 19 Nexus is the best way to do this. He's going to go 20 Nexus into Cybercore. Super greedy. But if you're doing a no scout build, it's a great build to mix in, especially if you've done very aggressive builds. You think Clem's going to play more conservative, which he is. He's going reactor first. 1 Rex expand. Oh, Hero is 1 step ahead on the build orders, dude. He does the greediest opening for Protoss, and there's not even a Reaper to deal with. This is beautiful. I mean, this is so good for Hero. And kind of frustrating for Clem, because it feels like Hero, he's playing the poker game. You know, he's trying to exploit his opponent's habits, as we were talking about. Clem here is like, well, I got to play safe because, like, I don't know what crazy stuff you're going to do. And that's the thing. If you can scare someone in StarCraft, it's great. I feel like my biggest, you know, problem sometimes when both playing and watching StarCraft these days is it's hard. It looks like they had to do a pause there. Clem's hotkey screwing up. It feels hard for me to force the poker game a lot of the time. It feels hard to force a situation where, oh, I can read what you're doing and counter it, right? It becomes a bit more mechanical. But you get to the level of Hero and Clem, and it's like, no, I'm good enough. I can mind game. I can pull out all these tricks. Stalker into Sentry, so he's going to go for the delayed hallucination scout. I love it. The Marine's coming out. No bunker is so greedy for Clem. I think he's going to build 1 or maybe even 2 Hellions in case there were Adepts coming in. Could go Widow Mine, just burrowed at the front, but yeah, nice greedy build for Clem. He's getting away with it because it's Stalker opening, so it's good for him. It is good that he's being greedy. Hallucination comes in off that first energy recharge. We've got a Twilight Council goes down pretty late, 2 minutes 50 after shield battery even. So Hero is not prioritizing tech. He's prioritizing just vision and economy right now. Real kind of solid Showtime-esque play. And we're going to see that tech. I mean, this looks like it could turn into a tank push. That's my first thought here. If I see this is, well, you've got a lot of Marines already. You didn't build a Reaper, which means you got this reactor up early. It's going to be a Cyclone, then a Siege Tank, and a Medevac. And you're going to pick up the tank and boost across this map. 3rd gate at the front is not the counter to that. That actually helps Clem's build, not your build. So this makes no sense, this gateway placement. You want to have as wide a choke as possible so you can stutter step in and out and use the battery for healing. But he's going to go charge first! I really disagree with this gateway position. I think this gateway positioning is very suboptimal, but charge is very smart. He's just going to go 4-gate charge. Chrono, as long as he has charge ready, he can shut this push down. I mean, Clem's been scouted, so he's changed the plan. He's making it look like he's still doing that, but he's not. And look, Hero's going to find this out. Sees Medevac, sees 2nd Barracks. I mean, does he know that it's not a big commitment? He's building shield batteries. Shield batteries and charge don't really work together, guys. Charge is about jumping on top and killing your opponent. You've already got 1 shield battery. Very critical of that. In general, one of the biggest things I'm critical of for Hero is his choices to build shield batteries in this matchup are usually very, very suboptimal. It's one of his weakest areas of theory. Stalker does take a lot of damage from the Cyclone. Doesn't quite break the lock on. Oh, he went back in way too early, and he's fighting pre-charge as well. Hero here tries to defend the pylon and the cyber core. Does lose a bunch of units, and oh, he's going to lose another stalker if he's not careful. He does. Another one goes down. He has to warp in more stalkers, but he doesn't have blink. And I think Clem doesn't realize there's no blink. He's going to realize now. He's like, wait a second. You don't have blink still. I can pick up and save these. It's a hold, but the third base was delayed. And I think Clem, 40 workers against 43. Where's his stim? Hasn't even started. Still building just like tanks, ravens, trying to settle this game down. But the third Nexus just started, so I think Clem has time to recover. I do like this choice. Clem's the sort of guy who might try to sneak a drop by. Cyclone looks for a kill, doesn't quite get it. Zealot escapes with just 10 hit points. Robo goes there as well. Third gas is down. Forge coming up behind it pretty early. Forge, wow. He's going attack upgrades, really good for Stalkers and the eventual Colossus transition. A bit weaker for the Mass Zealot, but you notice he's not massing Zealots. Got a good section of Stalkers out. He's making sentries. And with the Robo on the way as well, I expect an Immortal and a Colossus to get chronoed out as fast as possible. A Marine drop coming through the north. He seems to have threaded the hole in the vision pretty well, at least initially. 4 Zealots on the low ground, a few sentries going into the main. Some Stalkers warping in, maybe a few Zealots to warp in as well. He should be able to deal with this. Clem's just going to have to pick up and leave, but he gets good vision. He also delayed a couple probes there with the distraction. Where's that Robo Bay? There it is. Yeah, Robo Bay coming down for Hero. Stalkers on the low ground. He could get some good damage on that medevac. Oh, it's so damaged. It's going to escape. Nice pullback there for Clem. And Hero going to lose the Stalker. Oh, I can't believe he tried to save Marines there. So greedy. Raven comes in on the right side, killed 4 probes. Looks like Hero didn't respond at all. Another auto turret goes down. As long as he shift clicks on those probes, might get a few. Only gets 1. 5 probes go down. 53 against 48. Clem now starting his third command center. And you know what? It's only 6.5 minutes. His third command center is already 30 seconds built. He's just going to build to a longer game. He's going to play a bit more conservatively. And that's very important because getting a second starport after 5 barracks, you can see 4th and 5th barracks comes down. Getting a second starport on this reactor, pumping Vikings will be massively essential. Lots of Zealots running around the map. Hero's got a pylon up north. No 4th Nexus just yet. He's making +2. His first Colossus will start when he hits 200 gas. 7 minutes that Colossus starts. Double Drop's going to look to flank out on this left side of the map. Can't trap the Zealots, really. The Zealots will beat that much Marine Marauder, probably. Bio trying to come out. Hero's looking like he's trying to scare him. Hero doesn't actually want to fight here, guys. He's just posturing. This is really smart. Because you never know if there's 10 Blink Stalkers behind that or what else. So Clem's really afraid as he moves out to his third, being very cautious. He's going to get a few pylons up here. And I think that's a good choice. Just get the pylons and run away. So many Zealots coming out. Good value for Clem. Blink is halfway done. Extended Thermal Lance is on the way as the first Colossus hits the field. Second Colossus does start immediately. And the 4th Nexus on the right side. 59 probes against 55. Not a big income, like I said, for Hero. And as Clem's third comes in, as he saturates it, he's got his 4th and 5th add-ons now ready. Just needs to remember concussive shells at some point. He's going to build a missile turret on the left to deal with a prism. He's got a Cyclone in the main defending a prism there. And I wonder, what do we prioritize as Clem? Because like I said, second starport for Vikings could be really good. He's going into Viking productions 2 at a time just now, 5 medevacs. Ghost Academy, second eBay Armory, 4th Command Center are all things that'll lead you into a longer game. We don't see a lot of 3-base timings anymore, and I think even though he's got 3 siege tanks, he doesn't have enough Vikings to hit a 3-base timing. There's no real window. It's going to be a 3rd Colossus out soon enough. Already got 2 out. Catches a probe down the bottom. That's what that was anyway. Maybe a hallucination, actually. Ghost Academy! Okay, Ghost Academy before anything else. Wow. Alright. Clem just rounding out his army, not missing a beat. He's got 6 gases coming up as well. Second Forge is on the way for Hero. He's going to go to 9 gateways. And with his 3rd Colossus almost done, I imagine a Warp Prism comes in behind that. Army count, 26 Zealots. 15 Marauders, 29 Marines. 2 Colossus, 3 Sentries. Remember, it's +1 attack. Soon to be +1 armor as well, but there's already +2 attack for the Colossus. Those Colossus will do big damage against this Bio that has no armor upgrades. Oh, tank's in a good position, but the Bio gets trapped by the force fields. Clem tries to save some of it and pull it behind the force field, but man, that first wave of force field seemed pretty good at the same time. Those tanks shelling down from behind, Vikings coming forward as well. Clem senses blood in the water right now. He feels like he's got the army count. Is he correct in that assessment? The tanks not going down to those zealots. The Colossus finally clearing one siege tank, but that is not their prime target. They should be landing hits on the bio. The tanks finally do get cleaned up. The Colossus still trying to find their way forward. The Vikings go down as well. Clem is way up in supply, but the Colossus have survived, so he's got to be really careful. If he can overwhelm this, it would be amazing, but that is a big if. Oh, nice retarget onto the sentries. 3 sentries down for 2 Widowmine shots. The bio, though, takes a big shot there from those Colossus. 2 or 3 Marauders go down. Armory has been built as well as a second eBay, but remember, no 4th command center. Supply looks great for Terran, but the units that survived the fight looks much better for Protoss, especially if he kept those 3 sentries up. Has to rebuild the sentry, energy recharge it right now. I love that pro players have become so much quicker at using that energy recharge in high-stress situations. Widowmine on the left side will slow down the Zealots. Big splashy. In this scenario, usually you want to split off maybe 2 or 3 medevacs worth of bio, send it off as a sort of roaming force, and just try to clean up that side of the map. You normally don't want Vikings with this. You want them with your main army, but Clem might just do a half and half split, you know? You don't know where the Colossus are going to show up. Regroup, scanning for an observer, trying to build his 4th command center. The building placement here can be a little bad for Terran. Can be helpful against the Zealots, but obviously it can cramp you up against the Colossus beams, and later on the Disruptors that'll come in. There's only 1 Robo, second one is building. +3 attack about to kick in for Hero against a +1 armor Terran. Like, yeah, you've got 2-2 started, but right now, the bio is very fragile. It's also incredibly marine heavy, guys. I don't know if you noticed this. He's only got 6 Marauders. He does have a lot of ghosts. 6, okay, so he's got 9 Marauders, 6 ghosts in the army now. Needs to keep those tech labs pumping. Some of those tech labs are sitting idle right now. Clem is not maxed out. He's focusing on 2nd starport, extra barracks, Vikings, Ghost, Marines, 2-2. Needs more Marauders building, or he might get overrun. Hero 100% committing right now, and that's Hero. No hesitation, no dilly-dallying, no thinking about things, no second guessing. Clem thought it was time for him to move out to a 4th. Hero catches him off guard. Those Zealots are cleansing his natural. Vikings doing well. Disruptor not able to land a big shot. The Zealots will get cleaned up. They're taking a while to go down. Most of the Colossus survive. Zealots have cleared out that expansion. Great time to pull back here for Hero and just keep trying to bait him into maybe Disruptor and Colossus beams. But the natural 16 SCVs have gone down. Bio moving over. Vikings are landed on the right side. Big mistake for Clem. The Colossus survived. There's still 2 Colossus alive. The Vikings take off, and those Stalkers get rid of those Vikings. It would be huge. The Zealots trying to get on the ramp. The Disruptor gets focus fired, but it does survive just barely in the red hit points. It finally looks like it's about to go down. Can he click on it? Clem, his medevacs are out of energy. His bio low on juice, and Hero catches him out of position. Clem, he just keeps on having a sort of conniption and understanding, a misconceived understanding of what Hero's going to do next. And Hero is inside his head. He did not need to die here, and I guarantee you this is the sort of game that triggers Clem. And I know this because I play a fair bit of Terran, guys. I also have watched Clem not GG and rage, and I've watched his camera, and I've seen his reaction on his stream when he plays games like this. He thinks he's stabilized, and he kind of has, and he's building for the long term. 4th command center, double upgrades, 2nd starport on the reactor, 2 more barracks to get up to 7 racks with 5 tech labs, 2 reactors. What's Hero's production? He's been sitting on 3 base workers forever. He's just now probing up this base. He probably hasn't transferred workers out of these bases. Of course he hasn't, out of his natural. He doesn't really have a huge follow-on. It's not like it's in a bad position for Hero, but we know that Hero's not really committing to the long term. And he just makes a mistake with his map vision because Hero's been so active moving between these 2 angles, and Clem just loses track of him. So watch this sequence here, and you can see the mistake is just moving his army out of position to secure a 4th base, thinking that's the weak point, and just having no vision, no sensor tower or spotter unit on that top left. He's looking around, he's like, where's the army? Where's the army? Starts to pull back a little bit, but it's too late. He's out of position, and I'd already pointed out, his tech lab barracks are not producing. He's not maxed out. He should not be building SCVs, sensor towers, starports, barracks, over keeping his barracks producing. Until he's at least 190 supply, preferably maxed out, really. He needs to be so careful in this situation, because his army should scale a little bit better with the long term, but right now, 3-1 against 1-1, the upgrades are out of control. His upgrades are just a bit too slow for Clem, and we can also check out 4 Vikings have died, hasn't killed a single Colossus, so that the previous trades have gone really well for Hero in terms of preserving Colossus while clearing important Terran units, and that is what led to this situation. It's good first fight and great upgrades for Hero. Great game 1 in the second series for Hero. He's 1 game away from sealing this grand finals. All right, guys, if Hero wins this game, it could be the quickest victory over Clem in a long time. Hero 1 game away from winning the first best of 3 in the grand finals, which means he wins because he won the previous set. Now, if Clem wins this game, he needs to win. Well, he needs to win this game and the next game. That would activate a second best of 3, which either player could win to finish it off. So, will Clem start to rally, or will he tilt off the face of the planet after that last game? Yeah, his first attack, I think, was, I guess, a little bit overcommitted. I think Hero's first hold was just really clutch. Worked out very well. His first, I think the force fields, catching all that bio was just fantastic. Probe's doing good damage, but he does get blocked. Nothing like the old single SCV surround. Nice micro on the SCV to the inside to make sure he optimizes his mining. He's just going to try to regen the shields. Hero's one of these funny guys where, yeah, he doesn't wait for his shields to fully regen because he knew I want to get damage on that to try and make him swap the SCV on and off immediately. And now he pulls back because he wants to let those shields finish regenerating. And if he can keep attacking that SCV, it would be great. But he's going to go for the weak one. Oh, very nice. Clem microing it away. Going back to mining. And that depot raise does block the probe temporarily. He doesn't want to let the SCVs get hits on him until now, because he wants to block it now. But he's too late. He was a bit too greedy. And does take a bit of damage. Oh, good hot swap there for Clem. Swap it like it's hot. Swap it like it's hot. The SCVs, 2 of them, within 1 hit from death. I don't know, man. When I have a start like this with a probe, I always want to build an oracle just for the chance. If I get in this mineral line later, I can one-tap them. All right, Reaper's going to be pulling back. The probe just hanging down here, contemplating the black hole off the side of the map. It's going to go back in for some delayed harassment, perhaps, but this is not a reactor next, so that probe will go down pretty quickly. Stalker first. Stalkers do build in just 27 seconds now, remember, so they come out nice and early. Probe's going to go home. Ooh, Clem's going to get a probe. Does he lose the Reaper for it, though? I don't think so. Should be an easy escape for him, only takes 1 more hit. Factory into second gas behind this. You might be wondering, where is the bunker, guys? And the answer is you don't need a bunker if you've got a high ground ramp, and especially not if there's a Stalker first at home. Your Reaper keeping him back there, so Clem getting away with just these little tiny edges of greed, which they advance his build order. They really help his situation. I'm not sure why, but Hero kicking Clem's baguette like a rabid muskox is very entertaining. It's a welcome deviation from the previous status quo. That's interesting, Turn. I don't know what a muskox is, but I imagine they kick rather frantically. Oh, he actually timed the grenade! Oh, but he just didn't place it perfectly. Guys, do you know how hard it is to time that grenade? You need it to land between you and the Adept to bounce it so the Adept, as the Shade finishes, doesn't get its attack off. But even though it happened, they both bounced in kind of the same direction, so the Adept was still able to get the hit off. Still, Clem is one of the few players who ever pulls that off in an actual competitive match. I mean, you can put printf in a map editor, and he'll do it like 5 out of 6 times in a row. But that's because that man is like a human spreadsheet in weaponized form. But in an actual game, when you're managing everything else, very rare to time that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Clem! Oh no, he's in trouble! Dude, that's 3 gateway units. Okay, pull the boys, pull the boys. The SCV is a little slow, but he does get a Stalker. He's already lost 3 Marines, though. Good trade, I think, for a Stalker to get 3 Marines. Oh, that's so scary. Luckily, pulled the aliens back, pulled the SCVs. I'm not missing a beat, but dude, this is the sort of crazy moves that Hero will do. He just runs up your ramp, YOLO. Hero never got taught the inverse of YOLO. You know, you only live once. A lot of people realize that the implication of that is you can die as well. Make the most of it. But for Hero, it's like, well, it's a video game. It's more like, it's not even YOLO, right? It's you live 1,000 times is actually what he got from that. He's like, wait, there's no consequences physically to me if I lose? Oh, I can just take all the risks I want in StarCraft. He's like, dude, if I was like an MMA fighter, I couldn't take risks like this. I'd be walking into people's punches all the time. I'd be getting knocked out like a mad lad, you know? I'd be getting choked unconscious while trying to clown on my opponent all the time. And, you know, I'd be cutting off oxygen in my brain. But in a video game, it turns out it's fine. and being a high variance player is actually better for you. Hellion goes down. He's going to go for the third base. Raven coming in that right side just as the Stalkers are moving out, but a good blink to react. Only gets one probe. Good cleanup. Raven's going to hang out in the back. Wouldn't mind him leaving 1 or 2 Stalkers there to deal with it. This is a very delayed 4-gate blink. Optimized 4-gate blinks are a thing of the past. They're a thing of Parting's age of StarCraft 2. These days, we're in Hero's age of 4-gate blink, which is, there's no way to tell if he's committing to it or not. It looks so much like a normal build, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, here's 10 Stalkers. And you're like, really? Here we go. Depth goes in, takes the tank shot. He tries to blink forward. Oh my gosh, the Stalker's taking a lot of damage. The Prism got focused by the Marines. CLEM pushing that Prism back was huge. How many Stalkers did he lose? I think that was 2. Hold on. Auto turret. Oh, 4 probes. Nice move. 4 probes to the auto turret. He lost 3 Stalkers so far. One of those died early, so he lost 2 Stalkers there for a tank and a few SCVs and Marines. Stalkers coming and getting a few more SCVs. Very good drop. He's got a focus fire, though. 4 SCVs is the magic number. Blinks to the left side to pick those up. Gets another Marine and SCV before he leaves. Observer is out front. Nothing defending behind this base. Those Reddit point SCVs from earlier. The probe harass. Is it going to matter? I think one of the Reddit point SCVs goes down. The other one does still survive there. You could see him there with just a few hit points. The Marines stim to cut him off. Prism should be able to recall from the corner. I don't think Marines can hit you there on this map. I think it's ley lines where you can't really hide in the corner. On this map, though, there isn't just dead space. There's a dead abyss on the backside of your main base. It's an absolute chasm of dark energy, as some people would say. Not me, though, because I pronounce it properly. I believe it's a chasm. I'll stop. Stalkers coming in. Lots of damage at SCVs here. Can he actually get any, though? Gets one. Couple Marines getting hit as well. Oh my gosh, he just clicks it. Doesn't even click in the right direction. Oh, good pullback away from this, though. How many kills has that Raven got? 8? 7. 7 kills on the Raven. Not bad. It's being a nuisance. And let's take a look at that production tab. Sorry for being off that for so long, guys. My bad. Hero's pretty far down in probes right now. He's not even probing. He's on 42 probes right now. There's a giant bio army here. I mean, he's ahead in the units last time, but this is not enough damage. Look at how scary this army is. I mean, he's got sentries. He does have 2 immortals, actually, as well. Okay. It's a bit more meat behind this than I realized. Another Stalker does get taken down, though. CLEM here on the front, looking ready to push. 2 immortals, 2 sentries, few zealots. Charge is, of course, finished. Guardian Shield goes down. Oh, those Widow Mines on the Immortals doing big damage. Stalkers blink forward. He's going to try and jump on it. Hero goes for what I would refer to as a just dive, looking to overrun the army. CLEM with a very rare F2 brings the Raven back to his force. Looks like he might be looking for an anti-armor missile. He's about 8 energy away. Raven's just going to go down. It was just a lazy F2. Not something you see from CLEM very much, but CLEM does get tilted playing against Hero. Hero's always doing surprising, shocking maneuvers, dangerous, high-risk maneuvers. And now CLEM having to pull back to his natural. He's got to burrow those Widow Mines and try to get inside that bunker. He will get the Widow Mines burrowed, and they will get their shots off. And the Zealots, of course, going to run into the face of that bunker. The Immortals on the right side. What? Did he just drop his Immortals on there to kill a tank? Oh, no! Hero dropped his Immortals to flank the siege tank. He goes for the Harlem Globetrotter solution to the situations. He tries to do a triple backflip. Does land the slam dunk off of it. And then CLEM basically just breaks his kneecaps and then starts to gut him like a fish, man. Damn. Got the Prism shot down, got the Immortals shot down. Couldn't have any escape after that. Stalkers on the left side. Only one Immortal on the right. There's just no numbers now for Hero. He doesn't have a Colossus. His economy's been really weak for a long time. The Raven doing damage and him already being on a 4-gate blink. Very desperate situation. It stacks up the damage. The Immortals get focused down by the Ball of Bio. It looks like CLEM is not going to go down without a fight. The Terran manages to stand strong and get back into it. I love that even when CLEM stabilizes and wins a game there, he's losing tons of units at home. The game doesn't feel clean in any way, but it is just one of those situations where you're like, okay, he manages to weather the storm. And let's just see what happened with that Warp Prism. Hard to catch everything in these games. There we go. Oh, the Widow Mine gets it. Oh, it was the Widow Mine. To be fair, the Marines might have got it anyway, since that Prism was just idling, sitting right there. But that's kind of brutal, man. GG, well played. Very Immortal focused for Hero. And that Siege Tank was a big problem for him. But very nice play for CLEM. Ties up the series. All right, guys. It's tied up 1-1 still. If Hero wins this, it's all over. And if CLEM wins, he activates the final best of 3. Let's see which way it goes. It's going to be El Dorado, the Lost City of Gold here, to decide the series. And you know what's really cool, guys? You might think, oh, these maps are kind of, you know, a little generic. The rule in this tournament is they go to the next series is they can't play the same maps as were in this series, which means if I kind of want Clem to win just so we see all the cool maps in the next one, you know? You can see repeats from the very first series because that was the upper finals, but not from this best of 3, right? So we might see Sandworm again, might see some Kill Switch or whatever else is in there. Some, did they remove Hellscape, I think it was, guys? I feel like Roddy and the guys might have taken Hellscape out of this one, TKL and whatnot. So Hellscape, we had a few really cool run-ins for a few weeks there, but I feel like I haven't seen it recently. Double gas coming in. I'm rallied onto that second gas very early. Hero's gonna go. Oh, the hero wall off. Yeah, hero likes to wall off this Reaper ledge for some reason, guys. So then there's only this ledge. It's not bad. It's just interesting, right? He's gonna build a Cybercore there. Is that tight between the minerals and the pylon? I think it is. So I guess a Reaper can't run down here. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, hero on this map, like watching the way he chooses to expand and stuff on this map is always fascinating. Now, he is doing a double gas before expand build. This is usually a sentry first build. He is building a zealot, but I'm pretty sure he cancels that. Don't think you can afford a zealot or your nexus just ends up never happening. There we go, zealot gets cancelled. 400 minerals. And the nexus goes down at a minute 53. So he's sacrificing a bit of economy for this build, but look for the early sentry, and you can both get a sentry, scout everything Terran's doing, and go Phoenix. And I'm a little surprised because honestly, I guess Clem has been changing up his styles on this map. For me, I feel like if I'm playing El Dorado versus Clem, I am opening Chrono Phoenix into 4-gate charge before 3rd Nexus every single game. Now, obviously, I'm losing every game to Clem, so I'm going to play a bit paranoid, but I feel like we've seen a range of Clem's play on this map go from highly aggressive to supercharged aggressive. And that means you're usually dealing with early drop of Marines or something like that, or Reaper Hellion dive, or a very fast tank push. And if it goes past that stage, the number of times when he's playing against Stargate, which he is this game, where he swaps the starport onto the reactor if the early game doesn't go well for him and tries to do the reacted Viking tank unupgraded Marine all-in. It's this delayed push where he just comes with like 8 Vikings, 4 siege tanks, and like 20 unupgraded Marines. And it's such a weirdly timed push. It's actually quite hard to deal with. Clem's first scouting. Remember, this was a very early reactor. Get some Marines out now. He's building a Widow Mine. Reaper Hellion. Ooh, splits the Reapers. Very fancy. Does end up backing out, though. Wise choice. Extra Stalkers making. And this really doesn't feel like a Phoenix opening, does it? 2 Stalkers and a Sentry. Most players are going to want to drop into this. He's trying to build a medevac, but his command center is late. Clem. Uncharacteristic supply block here. Command center was just a little bit late. His command center didn't start until, what, 2.5 minutes? Wow. Second Phoenix building. Hero's just waiting for Clem to make a mistake, and I see that medevac, and I imagine the best bet for Clem is if he comes in, sees the Phoenix, and just boosts out and unloads and doesn't lose it. If he loses the drop, it's going to be really bad. Siege tank's going to start up here. Is Clem prioritizing Marines or SCVs? It looks like Marines take priority. See, he's only got 1 SCV building for a second, but he queued up more Marines. Really showcases his intention. And he's going to go for a drippy droppy. Going to push that front side. Second barracks comes in. SCVs are still double producing. I mean, Protoss, if they're on 2 base, you don't need to attack here, right? There's an early third. You really want to commit to this, but I think Clem's flexible, even though it feels like he's committed a lot to the attack. Could chill a little bit. Medevac's here. Ooh, Guardian Shield. No force fields. Sentry. Oh, it's taking big damage. But with the Guardian Shield. Oh, and the Phoenix come in. Really nice play with the Phoenix. Pulls back the red hit point Phoenix in the last second. The yellow hit point Phoenix as well. And these Stalkers, I mean, the idea here is the Phoenix should loop around. The Stalkers can chase the Marines. If the medevac turns around to pick them up, that's where the Phoenix can do really well. You can just pick up all of the Marines, actually. Why not? Only 1 Marine left. Medevac's going to boost. The Phoenix say, you can boost and have the same speed as us, but only for a limited time. That limited time deal does expire just as the Phoenix hunt it down. Phoenix should be clicking away here, but he stays to kick off one more Marine. The balls of Hero as he really takes control of this early game. Massive hold. Oh my god, it's not just massive, it's a perfect hold. 14 units lost, 1,200 resources for none. And this might just be the end of Clem's tournament in straight best of threes to Hero, because now he's just started Stim. He's building 3 barracks. I mean, I guess we could argue the worker count's similar. Hero very slow to take a third behind this push and not even fully saturating his natural. I mean, Hero's macro does leave something to be desired. I mean, if we see some gaps in probe production for Hero, maybe. That's what I'm staring at. I'm like, as a person who wants to see more games, I'm like, come on, miss some probe production, Hero. Come on, miss some probe production. Let's get. Oh no, queued him up exactly as the other ones finished. Damn it. No, his macro is good right now. He should be able to take control of the third. He's going to have Phoenix control. Now, interestingly, he is playing Phoenix Charge. Going for the early armor upgrade. Good style, short term, medium term, right? So if Clem pushes him with a big early bio medevac push, really good for Hero. And there's no third command center even started for Clem, so that's most likely to happen. Command center. Place that in the natural. 4 more gateways do go down. So 7 gate, 3 base charge Phoenix. If Clem turtles against this, that's ideal. You already got 2 Cyclones and 2 Vikings. Good little anti-air squad. Oh, Marine's going to get overrun on the natural, maybe? Phoenix is not sure if they wanted to commit or not. That's a lot of Marines. 1 Phoenix does go down, but a few Marines fall. Oh, he's going to go for the forward gate. Oh, I like that. Does Clem see it? Oh my gosh, if Clem sees this, he knows to be careful. Oh, no, he doesn't see it. Oh no, look at that. He's just a few spaces away. This is bad. Because if he moves out to his third and gets jumped on by Phoenix Colossus, this could turn upside down for him. Like he's already took really bad trades earlier, but it could get much worse. Now, Hero's economy is still not good. He's still not saturated his third. His fourth is not up, but it's 3 base versus 2. So the mineral income should be ahead unless you account for mules. Wow, Terran's so fair. He just drops these gold mules and they just mine more. This is so fair. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Calm down, Metal Leaguers. Oh, can he get him? Oh, he shows it. Hero the Mad Dog doesn't even wait for him to move out. He just YOLOs up the ramp. Crazy man, Hero. Guardian Shield's not in range of those Zealots. Good starter step for Clem, but does he need to pull SCVs? He's got so few Marines left over that the Phoenix don't have any lifts up, and it is a hold, and a very important hold from down 1,300 resources, the units lost, to down only 200. And that really felt like it lacked finesse. Clem had no idea what Hero was doing this game, and Hero just F2ing his army at him, and he's going to do it again, the Mad Dog. Oh my gosh, does he have the numbers to do it? Wow, no, he doesn't. Those Widow Mines getting great shots. The bio's there, the tank to anchor it. It really felt like if he waited for Clem to properly move down the ramp and hit from 2 sides, I don't know what Clem could possibly do there, but I don't know, man. It feels like Hero sometimes just gets a bit lazy with these F2s. I always look at these Phoenix Zealot armies and I see them running around in a blob, and it does feel like a bit of a missed opportunity for these Protoss players to get more damage. Great pickups. Those Widow Mines unable to burrow. Really nice move, but oh, watch out for the Widow Mines! The Widow Mines. Remember, when your opponent plays a heavy Zealot style, especially Zealot Phoenix, Widow Mines are so good against both of those units. They do the big boom boom splashies. Phoenix coming in. They've only got 1 or 2 pickups. They pick up a few Marines. The Zealot's still going hard. Go hard or go home, says Heroes. He takes a gold base from the reverse side. I like that choice. He can keep his mineral income up. Maybe, just maybe. Still ahead, 300 resources and units lost is Heroes. So these last few trades looking kind of okay. If he could get rid of that meta energy, it would be big. But oh my lord, the Zealots just took a Widow Mine from the moon now. Smashed him in the face. Storm, +2 armor, both on the way. Off of 3 gas. 4th base on the gold. Gonna have a few probes transferring to it. Hero should be mining these minerals open in the middle. He already has. Armory's on the way, 2nd eBay. Clem's just trying to stabilize. He realizes what mode of Hero he's playing against right now. It's YOLO mode. 5 Widow Mine. No. Dude. Like a moth to the flame, those Phoenix may fly over those Widow Mines. Clem's going to pull back with the stem. Phoenix going to fly over that one. Oh. Those Phoenix very, very damaged now. One of the big things here is I think Hero is very slow to take his third. Remember when he first started chasing him down, if he sent a probe to his third and then built it while he was chasing the army down and built probes during the whole time, I think he could have been further ahead. But Hero tunnel visioned on the early hold, which went very well for him. But it kind of had to because his economy behind it was not there with no third nexus. Storm, it's ready. But he sees it. Clem sees it. He's ready for it. Oh, this is not an ideal situation. Trying to attack through this choke point for the Zealots into their own Side Storm. Great pullbacks for Clem. There's a full energy High Templar there, but how does he defend the gold? Oh, no. 8 probes going down. Has to recall to this side. Clem can now rotate north, potentially. There's a High Templar up there on its own. A single Marine, though. Oh, no. The full energy High Templar. You got to storm it, mate. Oh, no. That single Marine. I didn't realize Clem conscripted Big Gabe. He literally conscripted Big Gabe and put a gun in his hand and said, go get that Protoss. And Big Gabe said, yes, sir, saluted to General Clem, and he went after him with the vengeance that players who watch a lot of Hero Marine stream can understand, and nobody else can really understand. He's like, oh, is that a 5.4k Protoss player? Wow, you're so skilled! As he, like, pulls the friggin' trigger of that Gauss rifle at the opponent's face. Zealot Stalker coming forward, the High Templar there as well. He doesn't have Blink. These Stalkers cannot pull back. And yes, guys, Big Gabe was still alive for a long time. I don't know, he might even still be alive. I think he might have come down to the south now. That Big Gabe Marine was absolutely cracked. Clem holds on, and he's going to force the final best of 3 to decide this finals. What a sick game this is. Always unpredictable when Hero is playing. You never know exactly what's going to go down. But Clem here with a very nice counter push, does some boom booms, and smashes it home. Oh, Hero's gonna hang in here, man. Fantasy, a famous Terran pro gamer from StarCraft 1, and played a bit of StarCraft 2 for a while. Always famous for not leaving games where he was clearly dead. Did make one really epic comeback versus Sue with Cloaked Banshees that some argued made it all worth it. They said he may have wasted everyone's time 100 times, but he got that one epic comeback, and you know what? I always like the fighting attitude. Some people go, oh, don't waste everyone's time, but it's like, you are playing a game of incomplete information. You don't know how all in your opponent is. You've got, you know, who knows? Maybe he didn't take a fourth. Maybe he's down 10, 15 workers lower than you think. It's always a good idea to stay in the game until you're sure there's nothing left. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, but why would you waste your energy? It's like, this doesn't waste any of Hero's energy. Hero is very chill as he's playing. He's just practicing some micro, having some fun, dropping some feedbacks here on the medevacs and the ghosts. And it's making Clem work for it and saying, you need to get me out. You know, it's your job to get me out. I think one of the worst mindsets you can get in is my opponent needs to leave when they're behind in a game of StarCraft, because it's one thing we learned about StarCraft. It's a game of great execution and skill, is there's a lot of work to be done to take a player from basically with no win conditions to actually having to leave the game. Clem's probably very tense as well with where this series has been, so Hero's happy to just kind of wear him down, keep him in this heightened state of awareness, stressed out. Medevac's running forward, getting themselves killed a bit. Wow. The Archon's starting to eat some EMPs. I'm amazed that he's still alive. Clem's just like, dude, you do not have the numbers to keep standing and swinging with me. Immortal goes down. Storm does land. Energy recharge, always bringing those storms in. Does give you a lot more survivability these days, the energy recharge. Because it used to be, once you're in this situation, you're never getting a storm up. You'd have to warp an High Templar, wait 30 seconds, but these days, look at that, even warps an High Templar, feedbacks a few ghosts, morphs an Archon. Just cute micro from Hero, man. Very cute. Yeah, I mean, Clem's army is all in production and rallying across the map, right, guys? Alright, guys, we've got an instant replay here. These Marines run in, force the recall. The High Templar got left behind. This is, who are the 2 most hated Protoss players of all time? No, I won't go there. Anyway, so this Marine, Big Gabe stims in. Yeah, look at this, man. So he gets both. The Phoenix picks him up. He kills the other High Templar as well. Oh, he keeps accidentally getting F2 microed away. And then he rejoins the army. Does he survive? He gets healed by a medevac. Okay, guys, we're going to keep this Marine selected. I'm not going to select anything else. I'm sure he dies this game, right? Still on just 1 kill. In the middle of that path, you can see he's on the north side. Oh, he's about to go down. Oh, is he? No, he's on 35 hit points, 1 kill. 11 hit points, 1 kill, and he dies. He died there. Big Gabe did die. We had to find out what happened. GG's. All right, guys, the final best of 3 is activated. Hero in the bottom left side of the map. Can he keep it together? Of course he can. Clem in the top right as well. We're going to go to Error Home. That's right, guys, being forced to play the newer maps now in this final series, as I said. Very excited for that. I think Hero, you put him on newer maps, you put him in more dynamic situations, he will flow, he will feel very good. I don't think Clem's bad on new maps by any means. I just think that Hero is one of the best. 3 best of 3s in a row between 2 of the best in the matchup right now. This is fantastic. Now, while we've just got the early game, we do have a question in chat. What's the best way to learn how to deal with stuff you've never seen before? You gotta watch the replay and do better next time. Once you have enough knowledge of enough different builds, you can put new things into a category because it'll be similar enough to something else you've seen, and you can just do a generalized response. But you can't expect to solve things the first time you see them. Embrace losing. You know, a lot of people are like, well, how do I beat everything the first time I see it ever? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, how do I teleport to having $10 billion in my bank account? You tell me, guys. I'd love to just rush to the finish line. And I think there's still, it's crazy because I think there's such a culture of like quick fixes and like, what's the hack so that you can become a billionaire with a 6-pack who has 13 girlfriends and 47 businesses and can bench 4,000 kilograms. You know, like, it's just like, it's like you can never cheat your way to results. You have to just lose. You have to just lose. And don't get me wrong, there are rules you can apply, but it is what it is. And oh my god, Clem sees no expansion and he cancels his command center. He thinks he's getting proxy gated, but he's not. He's not. Because Hero knows he's being scouted. He just goes for a delayed nexus. Clem is actually panicking and building a bunker on the high ground. No way! Dude, this is sick. Hero, his build doesn't work. He quickly pivots, and Clem overreacts. I don't think he's miles ahead because obviously his nexus is so late. He does lose the probe, but this is actually sick for Hero. The command center starting at 230. Nexus is already down. Wow. I think Clem could have defended that. I think he absolutely could have built a bunker on the low ground, rallied Marines into it, and just defended it with an SCV. Cool. Wow, that's kind of cool, man. All right, this game's going to get weird. A weird, messy start. I would say favors Hero. I'd say this favors Hero over Clem. Clem, we have seen him not GG some games recently. We're going to see the famous Clem no GG come out again. I mean, this is the drama we have to clutch check, guys. We have a problem in StarCraft right now. Our world champion is named Clement Desplanches, which I'm probably butchering his last name. And the problem is basically that he's a really nice, positive guy who's incredibly friendly. And yeah, he gets emotional like every competitor does. And the worst we ever see is him not typing good game to his opponent at the end of a game. Which honestly, especially when you're online, it's not even like, you know, avoiding a handshake or anything like that. It's just such a non-drama, but we're like, oh my god, he's mad. Like, you know, that's, I know we're reaching a little bit. And it is, yes, he's frustrated. So it's not like we're lying. There is some drama there in that regard. But yeah, I remember the last big drama like this was Gamers 8. Rainer beat Clem. And Clem, he came up to shake his hand, but he kind of walked up behind him and reached his hand out. And Clem was just like staring at his monitor, deep in depression, and honestly just didn't see. I think his hair was slightly blocking the side of his vision. He just didn't notice. But everyone was like, oh, he's refusing to shake his hand. There was all this drama, and like Clem, like an hour later, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize. I watched the video back. Oh, that's so embarrassing. You know, he's like, oh no, we're really good friends. I went and said sorry to him straight away. You know, I'm like, this is Clem, man. Like, any salt you get from Clem is very ephemeral. It's gonna last for a fraction of a second. It's like rage for Clem and salt and that sort of, you know, negative, vindictive sort of voice that a lot of us have in the back of our head when we get competitive in gaming. For Clem, it's like when those scientists create a new atom. You know, when they create a new period. What is it called? An element? Sorry, that's what we're talking about. A new element on the periodic table, and it's some like radioactive thing they create inside some friggin' pressure chamber for 0.0000001 of a second, and then it ceases to exist. because it can only exist in this very, you know, weird moment of situation. That's Clem raging, right? Whereas you guys seen me on my stream, I can go for a while if I'm having a bad day. Most people can. Clem, he's very good at dealing with it and just kind of moving on and calming himself down. Who's the saltiest pro gamer? They're all retired. They all rage quit. There used to be a lot of salty pro gamers. I'm not sure who's the saltiest of the remaining ones. I think Gabe on his stream is hilarious because it's just this like super unfiltered stream of ultra critical German consciousness. But besides Gabe, I don't know. Oh, Creator definitely gets mad. Creator gets super mad. Out of the Koreans, he's just the most emotional and like hard on his sleeve. Super ragey sometimes, very cryy sometimes. But that's why I like Creator a lot, because he wears his heart on his sleeves. He's, even though stylistically, I don't know if his style's the most exciting. I do just think, you know, watching him be so emotional and so into it, it's like guys like him and Beyond, where you can just see all their feelings, nothing disguised. You know, it's hard to cheer for Rogue as a person. Everyone cheers for Rogue stylistically because his style's so cool to watch. The man barely even blinks when he's being interviewed, let alone cracks a smile or anything. Even when he wins big championships, he just kind of holds the trophy and has no expression on his face. And you're like, okay, you know, for him, he's a more layered human. It's a bit more, you gotta unravel it like an onion. Oh, great catch. Gets a medevac. Gets himself a marauder. He's gonna have to blink recall. Blink to the right and recall. Oh, he's gonna blink south. He's just gonna try and run it. He will lose one Stalker. I think he should only lose one. Yep. I would recall right now if I was him. Still trying to run it. Wow. I mean, these Marines are stimming a lot, and they will start to lose at least one Marine for that extra Stalker. Robo's on the way right now. 6 gateways. +1 is almost finished right now. Stalker's doing some good damage. Getting himself a few more Marines. Nicely done. No 4th base just yet for Hero, but he's on 60 probes against 46. Remember, guys, this is 3 barracks right now. No, not 5 barracks. Clem's not all in, but his 3rd command center is only halfway built. He's way down on the workers, and the heavy zealot count's going to be really nice. But with no Robo Bay, just 8-gate zealot, Stalker, sentry, Hero needs to win this fight. He doesn't have a Colossus or a Storm coming to save his day. Here we go. Guardian Shield. He hallucinates a Colossus, which is kind of crazy. The tank goes down. Force field's not bad, but are they what he needed? It feels like he's too low on zealots. He's floating 1,400 minerals? What? What? Where are the war pins, mate? What is going... 1,500 minerals, shades of zest. Last time I saw a Hero float 1,500 minerals was a long time ago. He got so thrown off his build here. This is so odd. That Stalker micro really distracted him, and even with the force fields trying to split this army, and he's killing a lot of Terran, but he's already lost 19 probes. His Robo's been depowered, and even with almost no medevac energy, I think Clem's got the ability of those Widowmine splashies. Oh, actually, Widowmine's killed a bunch of bio there. Widowmines do fire on the Zealot. Stalkers blink forward at the bio, but away from the Widowmines. The Widowmines do survive. It feels like Clem here at double the supplies in an unlosable situation. We're going to have to go back. Sorry, guys, for the commentary diverting from the game in the other game of this one. I guess I should have been telling the story. I don't know. I thought we were going to have a bit of a slower start. I was obviously wrong in that regard. I wanted to engage in a bit of a meta discussion. It turns out we missed Hero doing some absolutely brutal miss macro. Like, really bad. And you can see he's holding now. And Clem's kind of like, what? I just killed a base of workers. How are you making this much stuff? It's like, well, he was floating a lot of money. He's just finally spent his bank, is what's happened. Marauder's coming forward. Oh, Widowmine just took out a probe, I think. Stalker's trying to blink back, gets himself a Marine, almost gets the Viking, but not quite. More Zealots and Sentries coming in, Guardian Shield as well. I think you're going to need Zealots to hit this 3rd base, otherwise Clem's going to get out of control. He's right now thinking, how could I lose this game? Dark Templar, better build a missile turret, good call for him. Bio Army on the front is tiny. It's really not that big. I don't think Clem could possibly throw this game though, surely not. Say that, he's playing Hero. Hero makes some cool comebacks. Gotta be careful of those force fields. Zealots do get 4 SCVs on the 3rd. Nicely done there. SCVs will help attack those Zealots, but only for a moment. Bio gets force fielded, picks up He does drop behind the Medivacs. Widowmine will take out the Sentry. Bio's going to kill a lot of Stalkers, though. But if the Zealots get in as well, he could take out a lot of these Marauders. Another blink forward might be worth. Dude, Hero hunting down the Marauders right now. Dude, there's not that much firepower on the ground for Clem. The Stalker's doing very well. Hero down 30 supply is chasing the Terran home. These are the sort of things that you only get in Hero games, right? Down 30 supply, chasing the Terran army. Hero is a Honey Badger Protoss. I mean, he doesn't care. You could be a friggin' venomous rattlesnake or something. You could be a grizzly bear. He's going to bite you on the foot and tell you to get out of his house. Clem is going to have to knock him completely unconscious. He's going to have to club this Honey Badger to get him out of this game. Fourth Nexus goes down in the south. Looks like he placed it incorrectly. Now cancels it, quickly replaces it. First Academy coming in along with 2-2 upgrades. No fourth command center just yet. Clem's income should be looking much better. Units lost out 3,000 in his favor. Gets himself a Stalker. He should be able to with that Marauder. Get back here, boy. Who you running from, Protoss? Oh, another Medevac taking damage. Stalkers will do a nice blink. Widowmine goes down. Zealot counterattack coming in. The Bio gathering next to the bunker, though. Great preparation for Clem as he cancels the fourth. Those get cancelled. Hero denies the SCV on the command center. Has to pull these Zealots away. The Bio is going to pull back and try to gather up. Maybe catch these Zealots. Oh, yeah. Great moves. Great moves. Gets himself a pack of Zealots. At the same time, Stalkers try to come down. Looks like they got a Medevac. Clem's got to be careful about splitting that army. 5 Widowmines in a row. Zealots, 3 of them survived from the Zealot counter pack. Clem is up 50 supply right now. It's amazing how hectic Hero makes it even when he's so dead. He's so dead right now. Oh, those Widowmines. Oh, my lord. The Zealots all converged on the Widowmines and took monumental hits. And finally, after working so hard for so long, Clem is going to get him out of here. Dude, if Hero was able to spend his money, I think he actually had the right setup to win this game. We've got to check what was going on with his spending. So if we go back to this point, 6.5 minutes, army's starting to move out. This is where things get messy, right? He kills a Medevac, and then he just, like, stops macroing or something. He's got 4 gateways up, 4 more building. And I guess he just maybe gets supply blocked or something. He's building shield batteries pretty early once again. He does like to build these shield batteries pretty fast, but, you know, that's okay. As long as he keeps warping in and building pylons and just warping in, building pylons, warping in, building pylons, he should be fine. He definitely has warp-ins available at this stage. He's not using them. He's floating 1,000 men, and he should be building 2 more gateways for sure. There we go. He warps in a few Zealots, but Zealots are pretty cheap units. And he should probably be chronoing his gates as well. He's got 4 more gateways that just came online. How long till he warps in with them? He's just warped in 2 more Stalkers in his main base. 2 more Zealots there. So he's a little slow on warping these units in for sure. Yeah, I think he's just a little slow on warping in with his units. And then he gets supply blocked here on 117 as well. He loses a pylon. Gets these extra 4 Zealots. And then his first fight's just pretty good for Clem. If Hero was able to spend his money, I think this would have been quite different, but let's watch those first Widowmines one more time. Yeah, pretty good Widowmines on those front Zealots. And not that much firepower. He also cast multiple Guardian Shields. This is a little bit of over-commitment to those Guardian Shields. Accidentally double-tapped it. GG well played, though. Clem gets game 1. Really nice win for him. All right, Hero losing that map. Now finds himself on the back foot. He has to win 2 maps in a row. Otherwise, Clem is going to seal the deal and make the comeback. He was down, what? 3 wins for Hero, 0 wins for Clem. And Clem won 2 in a row. Now Clem's won 3 in a row, right? So it's 3 wins each at this point. Hero did 2-0 that first series. Clem 2-1 the next one. Depot goes down. I imagine we'll probably see double gas. It's Talisman. There is a gold base. Will Hero risk taking it? You can take the gold base down here. There's a worker-only path, so you can move down to take it, and then you can open these minerals up to 65 minerals on each of those patches. Yeah, he's rallying to the second gas. Okay, so what do you do here as Clem? You've looked at Hero, you've seen the range. I think you just keep on, keep on keeping on. You just try to be on guard without being overly reactive. And he has to walk a tightrope of scout what's happening, be ready for anything, but also don't play paranoid, don't play scared. And that's a hard line to walk, as you can see Clem constantly speed microing his SCVs. Hero, on the other hand, I'd love to see a Storm drop from him. Hasn't used it this series, a Storm opening. I think an old school Robo first into Storm would be excellent. It's a good style. He's had a lot of success with it. And hasn't used it at all in this series. Hero is just a barbarian. While he's fighting, he can't go below 1 hit point. But yeah, he survived for a long time in that last game, didn't he? He gets that second wind. He gets himself like a little berserker rage where he can take like 10,000 damage for that duration, and then his body will just fall to pieces the moment the effect wears off because he's taken such a monumental amount of damage. I do love this little graphic, by the way. Good, nice little power generator over there. Reaper going to come across. Stalker will be ready to defend. Reaper path has been blocked, so the Reaper can't get in, but he's just checking for the gold base.
SCV ready.
And you can see he wants to take the gold base of his own, does Clem. But it leaves him open to counterattacks on the right side, and it itself is quite a wide open area on that gold base. Stalker pushes him away. The Crab Beetle watches on. Oh, Stargate off the double Stalker. Wow, very cool, very cool. It's been a lot of like double gas sentry, right, into Stargate, but this is different. 2 Stalkers into a 3rd Stalker into Stargate. I think he goes Phoenix here. I think this is basically trying to bait Clem into doing some medevac shenanigans, and then he's hoping to shut those down with the Phoenix. Talisman's really fun, man. I do wish we got to see more maps with these little worker-only paths. No other unit can squeeze up and down there except for workers. Clem doesn't have to use it, though. He can just slowly mine these minerals open. So by the time his command center is ready to go down, he can move to it. Cyclone. So it's going to be a Cyclone Marine drop, quite likely. Or he could just run the Cyclone across on the ground and do the Marine drop at the same time. It is Phoenix, though. Hero playing an unpredictable style, very hard to read. 4 Stalkers and a 2nd Gateway? Wow. And Stalkers are the best at defending Cyclone aggression, Marine aggression, tank aggression early on. So I think this sets him up to really put Clem in a situation where he wants to dive around with a drop. He wants to run past. He wants to push in really hard to not let the Stalkers pick at him. But that's exactly what the Phoenix wants. So that's what's really nice about Hero's build. Now, he's only got 1 Phoenix out, 2nd one popping, 3rd one starting. So I think that 3rd Phoenix, especially if he chronos it, he does. He'll have 3 Phoenix ready as the drop arrives. That's going to be hard to not die to. 2 Stalkers out front, though. Best bet for Clem is to start engaging now. Just kill a Stalker or 2 and get out. Hello. Gets himself a free Stalker. Hero scrambles back defensively. And there we go. That's the jump scare. Picks up the Cyclone. Medevac will go down as well. And that is a shutdown of an opening for Hero. Now, remember what the mistake he made on El Dorado is not sending a probe to his 3rd right after doing that while he was chasing him down. This time, he learned his lesson from El Dorado. He's going to immediately get ready to take that 3rd base. Builds a pylon, and he's poised. 400 minerals. Immediate nexus. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. That's what was lacking. As long as he keeps probing, he's got a small gap in probing, he will be able to build a nice advantage off this. That being said, Clem has a gold base. He has 4 gold minerals, 7 minerals rather than 5 per trip return. That's a bonus 40% mining is really nice. Reaper comes in, gets himself a probe. He goes down. Jetpack gets blasted. Oh my lord. Wow, I don't know what part of the body that is. A bunch of viscera all over the place. Oh, it's double forge behind this, guys. So this is going to be Phoenix into super delayed double forge mass zealot. Wow, off this opening, I would not expect that. I would have expected him to go into Colossus or Storm as quickly as possible, but it's just going to be double forge zealot. That's really cool. Hero just playing his own style right now. Hard to read, hard to figure out. There's an extra Cyclone that's being built here for some flexible anti-air. Cyclone's not a great front-on unit. Turret goes down the base as well. Siege tank's a bit far back, and these Stalkers, even without Blink, hard to deal with. 2 Cyclones and a Viking in the main. Phoenix up top, looking for pickoffs. Tank now covering the base. Good siege there for Clem. Cyclone Viking comes north, starts to pick up these Phoenix. Can he get some? The Phoenix turn around. Oh, bit of a crazy... Oh, no. Bad fight. Really bad fight. 2 Phoenix go down there. I think he could have got out and just taken a lot of damage, but Hero tried to fight. Doesn't get any kills, but he loses 2 Phoenix. Double upgrades in charge coming in. Hero's got map control. If he can take a 4th base after 8 gateways, he'll be in a really good spot. 3rd command center is just now started for Clem. It's all about getting to 8 gate Zealot as quickly as possible. And he's now going to 8 gate. Non-stop warping in. And then trying to just keep that mineral income growing while you chrono these upgrades. Because these upgrades, such a big part of his play. This is a great map as well to proxy a gateway either up here or over here. And also down here on the bottom right side, so you can use those as forward warping points. Hero's not a huge believer in that unless he's doing a big timing attack, but I think it's one of those things that you should definitely be mixing in. Oh, I love this. Breaks the rocks, takes the 4th so he can get his own gold minerals up. Phoenix picking off a few units. At this point, though, he's not building Phoenix. He's got 7 Stalkers. He has to go for Blink, and he's already queued it up. So he's swapping away from Phoenix. He's just going to keep these as a little utility squad, maybe stop drops from hiding in the dead space. You don't really want to throw these away. You just want to scout with them, see what's happening. It's all about getting that 1-1 Zealot timing. Still 20 seconds away on the upgrades. I think it should be ready just in time. He's got to be careful, though. You do not want to fight in this next 10 seconds. Wait for the armor. Surprise with the Master Zealot. Oh! The hallucination on the Colossus is genius. I don't know if Clem saw him hallucinate it, but that makes this look a lot less Master Zealot. Now you see that is a lot of Zealots, though. Hold on a second. That looks like a lot of Zealots. Does Clem realize this is mass 1-1 Zealot right now? I'd love to see a flank around this right side. Not flanking this army is criminal, Hero. Hero, why are we fighting front on against this? Dude, imagine a Zealot flank on that tank and Widow Mines. It could be massive. Gonna fight front on, though. Does clean up a bunch of units. Clem, quick pickup, minimizes the damage. Not many force fields left here. Not flanking, trying to fight front on his hero. He's gonna have to just commit to it. Massive Widow Mine on his army. And look at these Widow Mines. The Zealot's getting wrecked. Oh no! Oh, Hero just headbutting into it. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. He's on 9 gateways now, which is a bit better than the last game. He's thinking about force fielding there. Instead, he just goes Guardian Shield. He's trying to engage the Phoenix coming in as well. The Phoenix could maybe kamikaze it, but no. He goes for the pickups instead of the kamikaze. So the Widow Mines do hit the Phoenix, but they don't hit any of the Terran units. One more Zealot warping, and maybe Hero can survive. This is not as bad as the last game. He's still at 10 probes. Great force fields. And Blink still not ready. Blink's still not ready, but 2-2's on the way. Remember, he's chronoing 2-2 in the midst of this. They're halfway done. If he can buy himself another 80 seconds, he gets those upgrades. A minute 20, and bam. He's got to survive to 10 minutes, does Hero. Maybe 9.5. The Stalker's coming forward, the Zealots as well. Units lost trading is in favor of Clem. It's 3 base against 3 base now. Clem's got his 3rd right there. That's another base with gold minerals. Hero does have gold minerals mining as well on his 4th. But 3 base against 4 base, neck and neck, and there is no splash damage that's going to save your day. It's all about the Zealots, and I've got to wonder, why aren't the Zealots counterattacking? Why aren't they intercepting the rally or flanking this army? I do think that's a mistake from Hero. You have force fields, you have Guardian Shield, and you're playing Master Zealot, the advantage of which is its mobility. The advantage of Terran against it is clumping your units in a big bio squad and fighting front on. I'd love to actually, honestly, if the Protoss Pro players, listening to this, please explain why we see Protoss players not split those Zealots off. I'd love to hear from an experienced high-level Protoss player about that. The Zealots trying to fight front on. I understand it's scary to die from the frontal push, but I think if you go for frontal fights, it's so much cleaner for the Terran. Phoenix still being built in this game. That one just instantly goes down, doesn't do anything. Widow Mine lands a bit on the Marine Marauder, but the Zealots are getting clean. Hero's still dancing back and forth. With nothing to slow down the rally of Terran, it feels like it is a bit hard, but that Zealot count with 2-2 upgrade. Dude, the upgrades are so big. Even with the Widow Mine splashies, there's still Zealots, and with Guardian Shield, those are 5 armor Zealots, guys. 5 armor Zealots when the Guardian Shield's on them. They're back down to 3 armor now. But still, is it enough? The Stalker's blinking forward. Hero says, I have about as much chill as a Coke can that's been left in the sun for 3 hours. I am hot and I am ready to burst. You've been shaking that Coke can up in the sun. It is ready to explode. And that is how Hero plays StarCraft. 0 chill, 100% aggression. And you're absolutely going to end up with some sort of sticky, high fructose corn syrup liquid all over your face. This analogy didn't really hold up, the test there. But you know what did hold up? Hero's got a 5th base, transferred probes, 3-3 on the way. And the Zealot Stalker holds. Impressive for Hero. He's also made the units lost tab way closer. Clem was close to breaking him, but you can just see the power spike of 2-2 is so insane, man. Wow, good spreadies on the Zealots. Oh, those Widow Mines land on the left side really well, though. But he's warping in 11 Zealots at a time right now. Immortal's coming in as well. And he knows the more he keeps Clem stimming, the harder it is for these medevacs to get any energy built up. Clem with some good micro, but the Zealot count is insane. 1-1 finally finished for Clem, but that's up against 2-2 for the Protoss player. The Stalker's working in and out right now. The Warpin's out front. You can't stim forever. The Medivacs, there's a lot of them. 9 Medivacs, relatively low on juice across them. The Stalker's constantly saying, come and fight me, come and fight me. He kills his own turret because it was blocking his micro. The turret in the mineral line was making it too hard to micro. So Clem kills his own turret, says, get out of my way, dude. And finally, we've got Pylon on the right side. Yeah, I mean, a Zealot counterattack is going to be so hard for Clem to deal with. Turns out, Hero knew best. He said, as long as I don't die to the frontal push, that's the real threat. And I think this is the theory behind, you know, what I was criticizing is, basically, if you send any Zealots around, Hero's like, well, what if he might just push in on the front. If you're down on units on the front, he might just push in and kill you. But if I have enough units, I can just hold him back, buy time for those upgrades. And even though this fight does not look really good for Clem, the Mass Zealot warping in the main, not to mention those Zealots that already warped in on the right side. I don't know where those guys ended up, but I guess maybe they joined the main army or something like that. Force fields try to go down, trying to pull back that main force. These Zealots just wrecking it up. Some people say wrecking havoc. It is wreaking havoc, guys. Get up to date on your old English words and sayings if you're going to use them while talking about the game. GG, well played, man. Dude, that was excellent. Really good holds for Hero there. I do think probably 2 Zealots if you're worried about dying, but I think you've got to send something. So even if you're not flanking the army, like at this point, I feel like 5 Zealots should immediately be looping around to here and hitting the rally point, right, guys? Like, I feel like it's one of those things where the moment you let a Terran rally across the map, you just make their life easier. And if you're dealing some Zealots to counterattack, threaten, force them back and forth, it buys you way more time than keeping your whole army on the front, number one. And number two, it makes it easier to like force field trap them. They might miss a stutter step, something like that. So as awesome as this is, yeah, I really wonder theory-wise what the best decision is. I think when you're playing Mass Zealot like this, there's always a bunch of Zealots that are basically trapped behind the other Zealots. So you'd be better off having small tactical fights here, you know, flanking the tank with 3-4 Zealots so that they just take the Widowmine Splash onto the tank and kill it. I think that could have been way better. I don't think these first fights were good for Hero at all. Nonetheless, he ties up the series. We're going to the final game. All right, guys. Hero in the bottom left side. We're going to the very final game. It's Persephone to finish things off. Gateway in the main. Clem in the top side going for Barracks Gas. Oh, is he doing 1 Rax Expand? We know that because he's not rallied this SCV to the gas. That's meant to be building right now. Oh, doesn't matter. He changed his mind. He's playing double gas. Might have just been a last-second decision to play that double gas. Now, this map, Persephone, guys, does have a Reaper jumping ledge there. There's also a Reaper jumping ledge into the natural as well. And there's Pylon up front. Going to build a gate and a Cybercore to block that. Cool map. There's little chambers everywhere. Little Protoss aquariums, I guess. They don't have anything in them, though. There's going to be a gate scout for Hero as he goes for what appears to be a Nexus after Cybercore. 20 core, 20 Nexus. Super generic opening. Nothing crazy. And that Nexus goes down. Alright, check it. SCV's going to be finishing the depot with the wall off. It is a reactor first build for Clem. Cool to see Clem getting back into reactor first. I used to love reactor first, and I can't quite remember why I stopped doing it. I remember it stopped working. People kept killing it and getting big advantages versus me, but I can't quite remember how they did that. Might be worth trying it out on the ladder, see if it's a nice spot in the meta to mix it back in. He's going to go for a Reaper. Doesn't quite have enough gas to build a second Reaper. I think he wants to play double Reaper here, guys. Not building a Marine either. What do we... Okay, so it's single Reaper off reactor first into command center. Fair enough. I guess he figures if you see a Reaper, you're going to expect multiple. You're going to think I'm being aggressive. And wow, Stargate on the natural. Now, this is to hide the Stargate. It's not often you build the Stargate at your front of your base to hide it. But it's because if he builds it here, he knows the Reaper can hop up, see the Stargate, and then run away. So, shield battery's going to go down there as well. Very safe play here. 2 Adepts, shield battery, Stargate. Could be an Oracle. I think Oracle into Blink is not bad here. Will the Reaper find out about that Stargate? The Adept's far in front, so unlikely to run that gauntlet. Oracle, yeah. Nice. Very nice. Probe comes in, sees a few Marines. There is a Widow Mine out front as well. Tech Lab goes down in the factory. Starport's finished. Medevac is already building. He wants to be active. We have seen heroes sometimes crumble. His Oracle flies in, gets itself killed to a Widow Mine. 8 Marines kill everything he has at home. It's rare, but it can happen. The Oracle opening is it's high volatility if the Terran is aggressive. Because you could do crazy damage to the Terran, he could do crazy damage to you. Oracle's going to fly across this map. Shield battery in the main. Hero playing so safe. 2 gate, 2 shield batteries. Wow. And Clem's an aggressive guy. You're in game 8 of these 3 best of 3s. Whoever wins this closes out the grand finals, will be the champion of this tournament. Single Widow Mine and 6 Marines. Meanwhile, Oracle flies in the main. There is nothing that shoots up, but the Cyclones just popped out. It's not in the main right now, though. Oracle comes in. Quick pull. Oh, gosh. Oh, run! Run, 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 hero. Quick reaction by him. He'd already started moving, so he keeps the Oracle alive because its acceleration was there. Oh, the Widow Mine gets the Adept, and the Gate and Cyber Core get depowered. Oh, no. Oh, no! Not like this! Okay, he's got 2 Phoenix and 2 Adepts. He should be able to deal with this, right? Oh, no. Oh, this is not great. But, okay, he will force it back for now. But I'm like, dude, if he loses his Cybercore and Warp Gate just before Warp Gate's done, this would be such a sad final game. Okay, I'm like, chrono it, get going. 3rd and 4th gas is on the way. He's going to play Phoenix Colossus. Wow, don't see that every day. Robo going down on the natural. Oracle tags that base. There's no Cyclone at home, by the way, guys. This is Clem we're talking about. This guy has no chill. Oh, there it is. It ran home. It was running forwards on the map, but it turned back pretty quickly, so I think a good call. There's not much dead space on these edges. I'm gonna hunt for it. Oh, he literally pulled away just as the Oracle came in. But he's still hanging around near home, so I think Hero's okay. They're both okay. Phoenix on the left, Oracle on the right. Let's start throwing down these stasis traps. We've got Forge and Twilight. Robo into Forge Twilight? 3rd Nexus? Okay, guys, Hero's getting every bit of tech on 2 base. I think he's actually just going to build Immortals and Charge. Let's find out. +1 starts. Phoenix in the main. Do they kill anything? Doesn't look like it. It's making Observers for now. Economy's not great for Hero with that delayed 3rd. On the other hand, look at the terrible setup for Clem. 2nd Barracks only now landing on a Tech Lab. 3rd Barracks, not that early either. I mean, not terrible start, but you know, like he's not got a lot of momentum going or anything. Oh, Phoenix gonna grab 3 SCVs. Juicy. Good bit of harassment. There's also stasis traps. Now, I do prefer stasis traps in more defensible positions. You guys have seen I spam Oracle stasis trap every game in this matchup. I consider myself an expert in this style for not playing at this skill level. So we're going to see if my knowledge applies. My knowledge would be you want to get a bunch of Stalkers and range units out so that you can actually kill individual units that come forward to try to set off the stasis traps, and you can kind of start a step back with those traps. But these traps are more just the classic, hey, I'll just have them out there. Observer gets scanned. He's got Marines in front of his army that will set them off, and these stasis traps just aren't even on the right path. They're not going to do anything. It's all about the army. 1 Immortal's out. 2nd Immortal's on the way. Charge. 40 seconds, 45 seconds from finishing. He needs to chrono it. Oracle's going to go down. Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, he's picking off Marines as they spawn, which is cute. Is this enough, though? He's got no units at home. Clem senses a moment. He's got about 15 Marines. His stim is not there, but it's 3 tanks, 15 Marines, and he's got 5 Vikings. He has non-stop been building Vikings. These Immortals need to stop these tanks from sieging, but he kind of commits and then pulls back. Those Immortals need to get on those tanks. It's either you commit or you don't. Those Immortals need to be hitting those tanks. They're not. Hero! He kind of half commits, and that's a death sentence. You can't throw away all the support of the Immortals and only hit Marines with the Immortals. Those Immortals needed to take out the armored units, and they weren't able to. Zealots come in with charge. Now the Immortals get on top of the tanks. Okay, hold on. He gets rid of a tank, gets rid of a 2nd tank. The Zealots are big. The Vikings will kill all of his air units, but look at that. If he drops this... No. Keep the Immortal within minimum range so it doesn't die to the tank. Nice move. Moves the Immortal into minimum range. Does clean up the army. He's got some Stalkers on the ground. He's going to go back to Blink now. What a bizarre situation. The Nexus survives, and actually, it works out. The charge saves the day. I think that first fight was definitely a little sloppy, losing all the sentries for Hero, but the second fight with Charge, I mean, Charge is so good against Terran aggression. That's why we're seeing him rush it so much earlier in this series of matches. But Clem's got a 3rd CC started. +1 weapons on the way. It feels like he's far behind. Keep in mind he cleared a lot of the tech units out. His units lost time 1,000 resources better. if he keeps building SCVs, he can insta-saturate his third, play a macro game. But he's not. He's focusing more on bioproduction. He's building his fourth and fifth barracks on his natural. Clem will try and do it that way as he loads up a double drop to the left side of the map. Stasis Trap's going to see it. Flying directly over that. Unfortunate. Blink's not ready. Plenty of Zealots in the main base. Should be there to intercept it. Zealot runs around the natural. Looks like the Widowmine killed one of two. Phoenix comes forward, spots that most of the army's at home, and the Zealots say, yeah, get out of here, mate. I'm going to have to unload on the low ground. Hero poised to take a fourth base in the bottom right side of the map. This Protoss is so hard to pin down. What is he going to do next? The Marines commit to a fight. Crazy. Gets himself an Immortal. Wow. I mean, if Blink was ready, these sort of moves could be punished, but Clem realizes you don't have anti-air. I can bully you a little bit. Window's going to close soon, though. He doesn't know about it. Storm's on the way. Zealots try to run forward. I'd love to see this loop around the left side of the map. Try to get in on that natural again. Big army coming forward. Clem's still up. 20 army supply almost. Storm's not ready. There's 4 Immortals out in this game. He already lost one of them. Plus 1-1. Against just plus 1 attack for the Terran. So an extra upgrade there for the Protoss. Give up the gate in the Cybercore is the right choice. Stalker's just going to try and pick away. Blink is now finally finished. So Hero's potentially going to be a little more ambitious with this. This ground army moving into the main is a little bit crazy, because that's going to allow Clem to take position over here. Of course, he doesn't want to get Doom dropped in the main without seeing it loading up, but Gateway and Cybercore go down. He hasn't rebuilt his Cybercore, which is just crazy. 6 gateways, no gateways rebuilding, no Cybercore rebuilding. He's just waiting for Storm. He's sending every Zealot to counterattack. Apparently, Hero heard me shouting at my monitor from the last game. I decided, you know what, counterattacks are good, but it's a bit late. And there's so many units at home at this point, it's not going to work out. He has to run away. Does commit to it. Crazy choice there for Hero. And quickly gets punished. Quite a few Zealots going down, but he could catch this army. Oh no, Clem, watch out! Clem, watch out! Clem! Whoa, he walks into the Side Storm. Blink is there as well. The Bio army, he needs to go left. He goes in the wrong direction. Clem panics and runs his army into the Zealots multiple times. Oh my god! Hero catches him on the way home. Clem did not expect the main army to be there. He's caught with his pants down. Hero catches him in the woods trying to do his business, knocks him over into his own poo hole, and starts doing massive damage. 5 Immortals are there. Wait, is it enough though? The Immortals trying to hold. 2 Immortals go down, but more Zealots come in. The SCVs have been cleansed. Dude, Clem. Oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. I thought he was in a good spot there for a bit. I thought he was back in it. But, dude, the Storm ambush on the high ground and the retreat path is huge. It turns out there were minerals blocking that. I didn't even notice that, guy, so he couldn't move up that ramp. He might have been clicking it thinking the same thing as me. Why can't I move there? And the unit's paths in the wrong direction. Oh, he needed to go all the way down this ramp to move left, which still was the right call. But he panicked. I mean, that's it. Playing a new map, maybe not as used to Persephone as some of those other maps, and maybe clicking in the wrong area. Oh, the Immortal pickups are good. Clem tries to chase him down, but ends up gifting him a few more Marauders. And as the Stalkers and Extra High Templar come forward, you are on 47 workers. Heroes on 65. Heroes a 4th base building in the bottom right side as well. +2 attack finishing on this Forge. And it's still an upgrade advantage. Doom Drop goes left. Prism sees it. High Templar says, hello. Hello, Mr. Clem. Oh, Clem's going to be so tilted, dude. His Doom Drop gets caught as well. High Templar moving up. Guys, I don't think we're going to see a GG. There's a Void Ray building. If he tries to drop and a Void Ray starts killing Medivacs, Clem's actually going to meld. Because it's not a unit you're meant to build in this matchup. It's one of the least efficient units you can build in the game in general. But especially in this matchup, if you start losing drops to Void Ray, it feels like your opponent's not trying to win, they're trying to style on you. It feels like your opponent's in the end zone, and they're basically making very rude comments and dances about your sister and your mum. The High Templar does go forward. Storm does land, takes out some of those Widow Mines. Snipe does counter it. Clem's just so outnumbered in the overall supply and workers. His army supply is still decent. The Snipe does go down, but a Marauder eats a Storm. I think standing on the edge here doesn't really favor Hero. If anyone could throw from here, it is Hero. The Void Ray, so yeah, just the one Void Ray has arrived. I'm gonna go for the drop on the right side. Oh, Hero, I don't know why Hero's dancing here. I think he's just trying to bait stims and EMPs out, but crazy choice to attack into this. It's a field of Widow Mines. Is Hero going to be able to bust through? The Zealots get cleaned. Another great Storm lands. There's still a bit of energy behind. Still 2 more Storms in reserve. It might just be too much Protoss. It might just be too much Protoss. 5 Immortals, an Archon, and still, despite all of that, 2 more Storms in the back. Hero with a massive amount of energy, and it's a bad time to be defending that 3rd base as Clem. Clem does find the 4th, gets 9 probes, but look at that Stalker warp in. That's just a, oh god, how much money do you have? They can just click on that Metavac, click, or just A move. Both sides work absolutely fine. He's going to try and pull back his hero, turns around there quickly to fight, and Clam. Did I say Clam? Liquid Clam. The kid everybody's talking about. He's getting overrun, man. Hero's played such a hard to pin down style. He's been unpredictable, he's been aggressive, he's been in his face. Whether ahead or behind, Hero will always get in your face, put you on the defensive, and it's just so hard to read the game versus him, you know? A lot of the time in StarCraft, you get a good read for what your opponent can and can't do, and it's just certain things you can say, well, because we're in this situation, he'll probably do this, he definitely won't do that and that. Hero doesn't have those rules. He is so... He defies all expectations, and he goes for these wild engagements. It's so hard to figure out what his plan is, what's backing up his style, and it really reminds you that, like, people always say, why is Hero such a bad player? Why is he F2 all the time? Why is he so chaotic and throws games? But like I always say, I'm very critical of him for the many mistakes he makes as well, but you have to realize that playing a style that is impossible to predict, taking high-risk decisions, gives you so many wins that no one else would ever get. He constantly catches his opponents off guard over and over again. He finds wins, and he is impossible to read. The lack of comfort that pretty much every single player has when they are playing against Hero is next level, because it's that unpredictability. Like, you don't realize how much getting in your groove and being able to play within a very set series of expectations in a game boosts your skill level. Hero doesn't let anyone do that, and he ends up winning the series. That was friggin' awesome, man. 2-0. Then loses 1-2, and then wins 2-1 in the final series. Amazing 8-game PVT series, and I really, really love to see what Hero is bringing out at the moment. GG, well played. Well done, Hero.